Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amara here. Today I learned something new. The bed I'm preparing for the onions. So I have land. It's so wiggly. Yeah, stuck. Do you need help?
No.
Okay. It's so wiggly. Okay. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amara here. Today is the 14th of May 2023. So I'm going to be giving an update of my kitchen garden. So this is my spring onions. Will I call it spring onions? I don't know. It's been sprouting for like a month now. So I initially cut it. I don't know if you can see me from there. So I initially cut it. I cut it and used it to cook. And I also did that for this one. So what I noticed was, even after cutting them, they are still growing. They are still growing, but I need to transplant them now. And I think it's time, because if you look at it, see, you see that new bulbs of onions are forming in it. So I'm going to be splitting them out, making sure that each one has its roots, and I'll be transplanting it. So I'm going to be showing you the bed that I've already prepared for them. So now this is the other one. I'm still going to be leaving this one to further sprout. For the bulbs, see, the bulbs have started bulging out, but I'm going to leave it to mature. Then for these ones, this is these other onions that I'm sprouting. So I actually use these Ziploc bags to act as like a support for them. When I cut the top of this plastic, they were very wide, so I had to use this Ziploc bag to act as support, so they can balance and their roots can be reaching the water. I need to refill this one so that the water will cover the roots completely. These are my garlic. Am I right? No. Yes, garlic. See me. So these are my garlic. They are sprouting. So I realized that the other ones I transplanted into the soil at this level, the growth has just been at that point. So I think I need to allow them to sprout like maybe this length before I transfer them into the soil. Because when I watched it online, when I watched the YouTube video, it got to that length. So I think I was in a hurry. I thought it was going to be like onions. The onions I transplanted in the soil first was also at this level, and they are still growing, but the garlic has remained at this point. So I'm going to be showing you that. Let's go to the other corridor. The bed I'm preparing for the onions. So I'm going to transplant that and show you. These ones are, I planted pepper and tomato seeds. I wanted to plant more tomato seeds, but they were not sprouting out yet, so I had to cover them with nylon to get them warm a bit, because I remember that for me to germinate these pepper seedlings, I had to keep them in a warm place, and they were kind of covered, so temperature can be a bit higher than what it is outside. This is the progress on my tomato seedlings. See, the difference I can see in them is that the stem is getting a little bit thicker. See, especially this one. See this one. Let me see. So this one, see, the stem, they're getting fatter. That's the difference. But lengthwise, they've just been on this length for a while, but I hope they improve. Now, if you're wondering what these things are, as at last week, the weather was very hot, and whenever I water them, I noticed that the moisture just evaporates very fast from the pot. So I had to use, it's not autumn or fall, right? It's spring, so there's no place to like get dry grasses or dry leaves to act as, is it mulch or whatever, something to cover the top of the soil so that moisture is retained. So I just figured out the dry skin of my onions. I just said, okay, let me try using them as to cover the top of the soil so they can reduce the rate at which the moisture, whenever I water it, the rate at which they dry up. So I don't know, and I'm wondering, is this the way my tomato seedlings should be? Like, they turn from green to purple, and I'm just hoping that they survive, because this is just an experiment. Look at this one now. See how the leaves are like yellow, greenish, purple. But what I like about this particular one is that the stem is very fat, so there's a difference from how it was initially. This is how they were initially. See this tomato, I noticed this tomato seedling sprouting when I was making the bed for this one, I think. So I put it here, and see how they were before. These other ones, their stems, see, if you notice, this stem is fatter, so, but this one is very thin. So that's just what's giving me hope, okay, that there's a difference, right? Then this is the garlic I was talking about. It has been at this point since I transplanted it here. And this one, this one is my tomato. This is what has been faring very well. Did I say tomato? No, this is the onions, yeah, that I transplanted the same time I transplanted this garlic, and this one has just been at this level, but this one has grown long. So if you look at the roots, you'll see that there are 4 different, what they call, is it bulbs or shoots, whatever. So I'm going to be uprooting it now, split them, make sure they have roots in them, and then transplant. I'll leave one here, then transplant the other 3 into this pot, into this pot. So that's what I'll be doing. So I said, remember I said today is the 14th of, my kids are here. Today is the 14th of May 2023. It's a Sunday, guys. It rained for yesterday, Saturday and Friday. For the most part of the day it's been raining, so I was happy for the plants. Why was I happy? I was happy that I didn't have to water them again, and that we are going to retain moisture, right? So I'm so happy, guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Wow.
I'm so happy, guys. I'm coming for the last pots. Say hello. I'm coming to that last pot, guys. But for now, just look at what I've. This is what we've got now, and I'm so happy. I'm thankful that I've been able to grow a number of things. Then let's get to this last pot. This last pot here is my strawberry pot, and if you noticed, I have 2 big ones, 2 that are visibly big, then the other ones are still growing. But it's beautiful. It's just beautiful that you put in seeds, and some weeks, some days, you see something sprouting out from there. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like, it's just a beautiful journey, right? It's just a beautiful journey for me. And what made me realize that, you know, the scripture of the Bible that says that you reap what you sow. He that sows plentifully will reap plentifully. You know, in the Bible, whenever they preach it in church and all that, I always think of, you know, as usual, we give offerings in church, pay tithes, sow seeds and all that. That is financial seeds. So, but it hits differently when you are actually, maybe, I know it actually hits differently for anybody that is a farmer, or for instance, myself that planted something. At first, when I started planting, I just said, okay, let me try out things. You sow sparingly, you reap sparingly. That scripture just comes to my mind. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling that, okay, I just want to try out. I'm just starting, right? But I was like, this is the season. Spring is the season where you get to plant. And that in the summer, later in the summer, it's time for harvest. And that I'll get to harvest as much as planted. So I was just saying, let me just put this one at the side where I'm just starting that. I know that I'll be more happy if I have a larger quantity of harvest, right? So that was what spurred me to start planting some more seedlings. And the truth is that I planted more than this. I had four plastics of these things. I had 2 of these onions, but I learned something new. So I realized that why these ones sprouted, everything here, why they sprouted was because the onions were not properly cured, meaning that there were onions that were sprouting already. You know those onions that when you're buying them in the market, they already have like a little bit of green shooting out from them, maybe something like this, but very little, maybe 1 or 2 like that, something like this shooting out. Normally I usually do not like buying those type of onions because I'm like, these ones already like sprouting. Like, you don't want onions that is sprouting if you just want to cook it. But what I realized that I was actually buying seedlings for my kitchen garden, right? That was what I realized at the end. So I just saw that it's so beautiful that you get to learn a number of things about growing, planting, when you actually start doing it. And another thing I realized is that, you need like, maybe, I don't know if it's an acre or whatever of land or space to grow enough food for your family, maybe for a number of months, right? So these ones we're just doing is just little. When I harvest them, we could finish them in a week, right? That's what I realized. So if you want to really grow enough food for your family that will last 2 months, a year, you need to plant more. You need a huge space. And I thought you actually have a huge space if I want to actually grow. I have land. Just look at this terrace. Just look at this space. I can actually put something like a white tent here, and it becomes my greenhouse. That's the truth, it becomes my greenhouse. So, but let's see how it goes, guys. So thank you guys. I'll give you an update when I replant them transplant the onions. And you don't want to come down. Hope you're not holding your cup, but leave your cup there. Yeah. You can sit down, Joe. Don't that's how I rock on. Anytime I rock on. I get back to you. I know they walk alone. I walk with God the Father, walk with God the Son, walk with God the Spirit, 3 of them join. I get back to you. I know they walk alone. I walk with God the Father, walk with God the Son. fellow people. Say hello, Kuchiku.
Hello.
Hello.
Ice cream. Yes.
I get back in
Yeah.
home.
No. I want to see the good.
You want to show your smoothie?
Yes.
Yummy smoothie. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.